society network for governance.
Among the roles of civil society in ensuring good governance is to enlighten people of their fundamental rights and responsibilities in all government administration and provide platform to the people to maximally participate in the process of governance. As part of its mandate, Civil Society Network for Good Governance, like other civil society groups, has a solid network of investigating the process of good governance with the intention to notify the general public the exigency of accountability, transparency, and patriotism of Nigerian civil and public servants. The group at this year's annual General Conference with the theme The Role of a Robust Sport Industry in National Development, mobilizing all critical stakeholders to collaborate in delivering better sporting outcomes, was held on Tuesday in Abuja. The aim of the conference was to convene all critical stakeholders for effective dialogue towards the economic benefit of sporting events, leading to development of some careers in the country. Speaking at the 2021 Annual General Conference in his welcome address, the National President Civil Society Network for Good Governance, Barrister Kamal Adevila, narrated that the group has participated and contributed positively in the distribution of palliative during the COVID-19 pandemic. He further enumerated various social and legal interventions made by the group in the year 2021 under review that has put the group in the National Hall of Fame.
Owing to the fact of the COVID-19 pandemic and the near shutdown of the global economy, while the year 2021 has seen the world economy reviving back to life and humanity adjusting to the new normal. Our organization has grown in leaps and bounds during this period, as our material and human resources were stretched to the limit, while we were able to prove our resilience and crisis response capacity. Our structure across the country and the zonal and state levels are to be commended for keeping the bar of performance above the usually high targets, as the year required upping of our game, seeing as the stakes were much higher, as our country teetered on the brink of total collapse. On our part, we have continued in our responsibility of engaging with partners, old and new, to build consensus position around issues and sustainable development of Nigeria. We have made intervention, small and big, on behalf of our partners. We have, in the outgoing year, 1. Held over 15 press conferences addressing different subject matters in the public space, bringing public awareness to key issues of national concern and persuading government to act. 2. Written and submitted over 60 petitions to relevant government institutions demanding appropriate action and investigation of such allegations. 3. Being invited to adopt petition more than 21 times by the EFCC, ICPC, and DSS, among others, whereas there are at least 10 court cases against 3 institutions and 5 public officials for varying degrees of infractions, while we got 3 favorable judgments and 1 unfavorable one, which our legal team are looking into for possible grounds of appeal. We have also embarked on full budgetary performance review of 42 MDAs using the newly created government platform. We have embarked on independent assessment projects for assessment tour of 12 government ministry departments and agencies. We have produced position papers on countless issues of national importance to relevant institutions of government, which led us to being invited by the 2 chambers of the National Assembly to make presentation during public hearings and other engagements we have had with members of the National Assembly.
Therefore, he called on all well-meaning Nigerians to invest productively in the sport sector. According to him, the sector has enormous potential to generate millions of jobs if properly harnessed.
Sports hold enormous potential beyond mere entertainment and fodder for gambling enthusiasts to express their passion. Sports, as the Nigerian Football Federation has shown, can be self-sustaining and even drive allied businesses in different sectors such as media, advertising, tourism, logistics, and many others.
Well, as we all know, Nigerians love sports, especially football. And we as an organization are of the opinion that we are not reaping enough from the many dividends, the many opportunities that we have in the sports industry. And if you love something, I think you should also make money of it. But unfortunately, a lot of people think that it is by only gambling that they can make. You see what is happening to in our sports gambling industry today, Bet Nigeria and all of them. They are reaping bountifully, and we believe that we can have more robust participation than just people going the way of lottery. And if we spend more money, if we are more committed to it, if we concatenate football and sporting into the Nigerian educational curriculum, and it is well integrated, it will steer the awareness and steer the interest of the younger ones into wanting to participate in different sporting activities. And we thank God today, a lot of from speaker to speaker has agreed with us that it is an entire industry, and along the tree that we have, at every point in time, you don't even have to be a sportsman. You can be a professional in other way related to sport before you make a lot of money from it. Example, medical, sports medicine, and so many other fields. And we believe that by the time our entire communique is made available, it will be a kind of guide to the Nigerian educational sector and the Nigerian sports industry to see how we can indeed revolutionize sporting in Nigeria. I think we already have a model. It is very simple if you copy from a working system. And where is the working system? It is Europe. Whether we like it or not, it is money alone is not enough for you to say you want to just invest in sport. We can see what is happening in China. Yes, China is spending money, if not even more money than England. But why are many players not wanting to go to China until the tail end of their career? It is because they believe that the awareness in China is not that there the same way it is in England. An average English person is ready to die just to watch his team. You can imagine what is happening in their stadium, from those that print the ticket, those that sell the jersey, those that do physiotherapy and everything, clean the buses, drive them, and these people are making a lot. Even tourism is now booming. Sports tourism is now booming. I have people that just travel to Europe because they want to go and visit the Manchester United stadium, not even because Manchester is playing. So we must look at this holistically. If we are saying that we are considering tapping into the economic benefit that is available therein, then we have to look at it from every angle available, not just putting people on the field. You can develop somebody to be a physiotherapy, especially to massage football players right from when he's small. So it would have been much of a professional in his later years. So I think that's my.
Also speaking at the conference, the Executive Secretary, Nigeria Education and Research Development Council, Professor Ismail Jainod, commended the group for its intervention in ensuring good governance in Nigeria, and particularly for organizing this year's conference with the appropriate team that is capable to transform and create huge impact in the development of sport industry in the country. He, however, lamented low investment and lack of local content in the sporting business in spite of abundant talents across the length and breadth of the country.
We are watching keenly, and we must commend the efforts of the civil society network for good governance. We even commend them more for organizing and choosing the theme of this conference. which we are very much underscoring, I must say, in Nigeria, and that is sports. The theme, which is very apt, the role of a robust sports industry in national development, mobilizing all critical stakeholders to collaborate in delivering better sporting outcomes. I think they have chosen this theme by deliberately observing what is happening in the world, and the president has made it very clear. Sports and sporting activities are very, very, very driving factors for national development of any nation, more so in the economy. It is very, very important when the civil society network for good governance chooses this theme, so that we become aware that, look, we are left behind. And in most cases, we see that we have the talents. Nigeria has all what it takes to produce, and we prove that we have been producing eminent sporting men and women throughout the world. If we are able to bring awareness and train our children so that they become players in the global, if you like, struggle to bring sports as an economic factor that to be reckoned with.
You would see this conference very, very important, because it's a conference that would seek to mobilize Nigerians to the importance of sports in national development. It brings a lot of economic, fortunes for the country. Now, it is very unfortunate that, unlike before, you find so many schools not having any sporting fields. But it has been well entrenched in the curriculum as part of the various activities and the equipment that are required for the sporting activities. We hope by the time the communique and then the arrangement that is made by this conference, we would come to bring awareness to Nigerians, the kind of losses we have, in terms of economic fortunes as far as sports is concerned. At our level, as I said, government has already put it as in the science and technology curriculum for the basic education, and it is a subject standing on its own at the senior secondary school level. And as I said, we had a very good news that JAMB now has included physical and health education as one of the subjects that students will be able to take for their entrance, for their, getting entrance to the tertiary institution. This is a very good information. And as I said, this conference is about mobilizing critical stakeholders in Nigeria to take sports very serious. And I think in this regard, we are in the right direction.
Goodwill messages were delivered by some stakeholders in the civil society groups and friends.
Leans so much on physical activity. May I add, you have heard the word balneology. Also add the word medical sports.
That education is not just meant for men, but for the women, because we are going to make the front runners soon.
The thoughtful choice of the topic is timely, is contemporary, and I want to believe, as justice has been done to it by the Prof and every other person who has spoken earlier, I believe that it will jeer us, particularly in the area of policy making. As you know, those of us who are passionate about educational development and the impact of education development in Nigeria.
The 360 leader is a leader who finds himself, who thinks like a leader at every point in time, whether you're holding a position or you're not holding a position. But once you consider yourself to be a leader, you discover that first, you always do the right thing at the right time and always.
The highlight of the event was the presentation of Award of Excellence to two prominent Nigerians who have distinguished themselves in their respective public service and institutions. They are Amaju Pinnick, President, Nigerian Football Federation, NFF, and represented by Mohammed Aminu and Professor Ismail Jainad, Secretary General, Nigeria Education and Research Development Council. Tolulope Oludayo, reporting for News Portal TV.